We are coming to you to discuss information about the country of India. Which is located in the southern area of the continent of Asia in the Indian subcontinent. India is made up of 29 states and 7 union territories. India gained its independence from England in 1947. After gaining independence, India split into two because of religion. One part became India with mostly Hindus, and the other part was Pakistan with Muslim religion. The eastern side of Pakistan then split and formed Bangladesh, which became part of India and which it is known today. India is the second most populous country in the world, having about 1/6 of the world's population. Most of India remains rural, but there are some larger cities such as Mumbai, Kolkata, and Delhi. India is quickly growing in technology, and many of the world's major information technology and software companies have offices located there. The caste system, which is an hierarchically arranged endogamous hereditary group into which one is born, is still prevalent in India, but it is fading due to modernization. India is the world's largest democracy. There is not one official language of India. Most of the population speaks English, but there are quite a few languages spoken in the country, such as Bengali, Hindu, Maithili, Nepali, Sanskrit, Tamil, and Urdu. India's government is similar to the US in that it is a democracy with a legislative, executive, and judicial branch. India does have a Supreme Court like the US, and they have federal and state government. India has a Department of Education which administers education in the country. Like the United States, each state in India has a Department of Education. Also, like the US, each state is divided into districts, but in India, each district is divided into blocks for elementary and secondary school. In rural areas, schools are managed by village councils. Schools in India consist of public government, state-funded, and privately funded schools. There are two types of publicly funded schools. One is government educational institutions, which are run by the central or state government and are fully funded by the government. This also includes military, naval, and air force schools. There are also local body institutions, which are run by municipalities. There are also two different types of private schools, one being private aided institutions. These schools receive regular maintenance grant from the government but are run privately. There's no specific admission criteria, and the curriculum and regulations are to be the same as publicly funded schools. Private, unaided institutions are run by an individual or private organization. These schools create their own fee structure and curriculum. There's also some type of entrance requirement, whether it be an exam, interview, or written paper. The majority of schools in India are government funded. The school structure in India resembles that of the United States. Primary school, which would be consistent with elementary school, is for grades 1 to 5 and ages 6 to 10. Children in primary school are taught basic reading, writing, math, and social science. Upper primary, which would be the same as middle school, is for grades 6 to 8 and ages 11 to 14. The same subjects are taught as in primary school, but there is more of an individual focus on each. The equivalent of high school is split into two, with one being secondary grades of 9 and 10th, ages 14 to 16, and higher secondary, which is grades 11 and 12, ages 16 to 18. In the secondary schools, students can choose subjects or vocations. The school year in India is similar to the US in that they attend school about 10 months of the year with small breaks throughout. Teacher qualifications in India are different depending on which school level is taught. For primary levels, which are 1 through 5, teachers must have completed higher secondary school with JBT, which is junior basic training, or intermediate secondary with 1 year of JBT. For secondary levels 6 through 10, a graduate degree in the subject taught and a degree in education is required. To teach in higher secondary, one must have a master's degree in the subject taught and a degree in education. The country of India is rooted in tradition intertwined with slow changes towards modernization. The country's education system is struggling to keep up with the quick growth of its larger cities and is slowly working to adapt to these changes. Thank you for joining us to learn a little about India and its growing education system.